I adore my daughter Mary. Such a sweet girl. I must stop calling her a girl. She's a young woman. One day, Mary told me the most amazing story. An angel appeared to her and told her she would be mother of the Messiah. If anyone else had told me such a story, I wouldn't have believed it. But it was my Mary. She looked at me with her big brown eyes and waited for me to challenge her. I didn't know what to say, so I hugged her and said, "I believe you, Mary." But I wasn't sure I did. I wasn't sure what I believed. While I was still trying to take that all in, Mary tells me, and the angel told me our relative Elizabeth is pregnant. I have decided to go visit her. We can share our God stories. I almost laughed at the idea of dear Elizabeth being pregnant at such an advanced age. But then, hadn't I taught Mary the story of Sarah and Abraham? And Elizabeth adored Mary. They would be good company for each other. Besides, if Mary was indeed pregnant, the best place for her would be out of town, away from the gossips. 3 long months later, Mary finally came back home. I had heard the rumors, and Mary confirmed them. Elizabeth had given birth to a boy. But that wasn't all her news. Mary told me that as soon as she walked in the door of Elizabeth's house 3 months earlier, the baby in Elizabeth's womb leaped for joy. Elizabeth knew immediately that Mary was carrying the Messiah. Mary said, "Elizabeth told me, 'Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her.'" I do believe, Emma, and I am so honored. But do you believe me, Emma? You do believe me, don't you? I don't think Joseph does. I hear he's planning to put me away quietly. And like she was once again my little Mary, she fell on my lap, weeping. I so adore Joseph, Emma. I'm afraid I'm going to lose him. I'm afraid I've already lost him. Oh, Emma, but you know who I love more. Indeed, I did. The one who I adored as well. Her father and I raised our daughter to love Jehovah above all else. I kept praying to Jehovah and waiting. And then came the day when Mary came running to me, her eyes shining. "He believes me now, Emma. He believes." I knew before she even said another word who he had to be. No other he made her cheeks so rosy. An angel appeared to Joseph and told him not to be afraid to take me as his wife. The day came when it was almost time for Mary to have her baby. I thought, like every other mother, I would have the honor of helping my Mary give birth. But Caesar had other plans. Caesar's census demanded Mary and Joseph go to Bethlehem. I would not be there at my grandson's birth. My adored daughter would have to go through the birth with only Joseph to help. I remembered how painful it had been for me to give birth to Mary, but that birth wasn't as painful as watching my beloved Mary, heavy with child, leave with Joseph. Mary was a grown woman. Her place was with her beloved Joseph. He would take care of her. After all, he adored her. And I knew that someone else would be watching over her as well. Jehovah was always watching over his beloved people, but also Mary was carrying his son. Of that, I finally had no doubt. I didn't get there to be there when the angels adored the newborn Messiah. None of you were there either, of course. but I join them now, and so can you. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord.